The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Moore, the man in motion. Baker going to throw this right away. Over the middle, complete. That's Anderson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Here's Mayfield. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth puts it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one good for 33 and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mayfield down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Panthers at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 2 yards to go on third down. This defense for the Vikings, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
He's going to have the first down and then some. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. McCaffrey. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll send the tight end in motion. Again, McCaffrey. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And this time he is in. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left,
more football
early in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. We'll be back at the 36. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needed 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Walsh. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. Pretty effective opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the touchdown run earlier, and if he pops more of these 10 to 20-yard carries, could be a long game.
Yeah, those types of explosive runs wear down a defense. I think they need to add more people to the box, closer to the line of scrimmage, force them to throw the football, and see if they can slow them down that way.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Moore, the man in motion. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. To throw on 2nd down. Walsh. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This is rookie Timmy. This rookie, he's got to learn how to read situations just a little bit better. That far behind the line, he's got to find a way to get rid of the football and not take the sack, whether it's with his legs or just throwing it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. They'll run for it. Cook. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Panthers will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And some room to maneuver. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack.
At the 36. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Moore, the man in motion. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. They go play action. Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Gonzalez's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Yeah, especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Walsh looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Brandon Smith picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. In motion goes the tight end. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to run the plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Walsh. And he's got this to Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback, because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that, because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw is caught here by Anderson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And Thomas has it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little soul move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction. I was able to track the ball in another.
Mayfield's throw complete there to Moore. And he's going to get this out to midfield.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. They start the drive with Cook. And some room to run now. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way to the opposite 45. 102 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Trailing here in the 3rd, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. It got his man complete. A big play there for Minnesota. And even 40 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll run with Cook. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or 2 to punch this one in.
They try again with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Vikings have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Now Zerline on and the extra point. He's got it, and it's now a 21-16 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, Mayfield. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Mayfield. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. From the 38, Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Cook. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really carry some ground, and he did well to make that play. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
To throw on third down. Walsh. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it. Downfield.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he's got room. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 33 yards. And the Vikings are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That's going to be caught downfield by Anderson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Mayfield. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful when the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Mayfield now. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Mayfield. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Third and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Mayfield to throw it. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Lewis Seen, and the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. Wow, 204 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny the big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Walsh. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these 2 teams meet. But until then, this game's over.